Hello everybody, welcome back to Buzzard-Roost. I am Buzzard. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done a video. Life happens, I'm sure we've all been there, done that. Anyway, I figured I'd go through, do my video today on building your library. Like, you may not be around to teach some of the stuff, so even get books on subjects you already know how to do. It could come in handy in the future. Anyway, I'm going to start out with my three go-to books. This is John Seymour's Self-Sufficient Life and How to Live It, the complete Back to Basics guide. The library had this. I have checked it out more than anyone else in town ever has. I can't remember what it was, something I was wanting to do. I remember seeing it in the book. I went up to the library and they didn't have someone already checked it out. So, I bought me a copy. And that's another good reason to buy a copy. There may be something you've seen that doesn't apply for right now, but it will later. And if you don't have the book, you're not going to be able to apply it. Anyway, it goes through all the seasons. It goes through plants, animals, buildings. I mean, it covers just about everything. Another good book, Square Foot Gardening by Bell Bartholomew. I butchered that name. Anyway, this is highly intensive gardening. You're basically gardening out of a 4 foot by 4 foot squares, divided up into 1 foot squares. It's not soil, it's something that you create, you build, and it gives you all the how many parts of this, how many parts of that. But it's very intensive. Like I said, it goes from spring through winter, covers the entire year, how many to plant in each space, what to plant after you harvest, what to plant next. It's very good, goes into a lot of detail. And this book here, if I was to win the lottery, I would be this book on steroids. It's How to Survive the End of the World as We Know It. Tactics, Techniques, Technologies for the Uncertain Times by James Wesley Rawls. Like I said, if I was to win the lottery, I would probably have to hire people just to go through this book for me. Because if it said, you need a wheat grinder, I'd tell them buy 10. Anyway, like I said, I would be this on steroids. Something not to overlook is equipment you have. I have a Farmall IHC 300, and the gentleman I bought it from had actually bought these. These are parts manuals, operator manuals, maintenance, how often to check it, what types of fluids, etc. And this here is the International Parts Catalog. If you have to replace something on the starter, just for example, you go in here and you go to the starter, it gives you an exploded view, and it goes into detail. It gives you the part number, the serial number, the description, and how many you need. If it's a bolt, you may need 3 bolts for this particular project. It'll tell you need 3 of the identical bolts. Another good source is the library. Excuse me. The library sells books. When they get books that don't get checked out very often, or get old, or a new version comes out, they'll put them up for sale. The library in my town sells softbacks for $1. They sell hardbacks for 50 cents, and they sell the magazine type for 10 cents. I've actually got 6 of the, I believe, 9 Foxfire books. When I was 15, this taught me how to make black powder and moonshine. Like I said, some of these books I've never even went through, but the subjects is something that I may need the information on. Managing Your Personal Food Supply. 50-cent book. The Foxfire, I only have one hardback. The rest of them are softback, so I paid $0.25 a piece for the softback, 50 cents for the hardback. Four Season Harvest. Nature's Healing Arts. These I paid 10 cents a piece because they're kind of like a magazine. But anyway, the Gardens for All book of, this is potatoes, eggplants, okra, and peppers, beans, tomatoes, onions, cauliflower, cabbage, lettuce and greens, corn, and then the Ball Blue Book of Canning. This is actually one of my go-tos also. 10 cents a piece. You cannot beat that price. Let's see here. Here's another one I picked up. This was a donation to the library. It's the Backyard Homestead's Guide to Raising Farm Animals. I paid 25 cents for this book. And it's got a price tag on here. Like I said, this was the lady told me it was a donation. They've actually got a copy already, so they sold this one. 25 cents. But the price tag on the back is $24.95. You can't save much more money than that. Anyway, I was a state trapper between my mid-20s and mid-30s. This was a book that was in the library. Even though I know how to trap and set up traps and skin and tan and all that, I may not be around to do it one day. Well, this here is Trappers North America Fur Bearers, Trapping North America Fur Bearers by S. Stanley Hallbaker. You know what? One of my grandsons may need to know how to trap something. This book's going to be on the shelf for him or her to know how. Secret Garden of Survival. This is basically a food forest. Very informative, very good book. He also has one, I believe it's called The Secret Greenhouse of Survival. I'd like to get. This is one of my online or Facebook, the advertisements that pop up on Facebook. This is one of them. I surprised myself after I bought the book and started going through it on how much I actually knew that was in this book. And this is pre-electric stuff. I mean, it tells you how to preserve food. It covers a lot of stuff in there. It's a good book. This is one that I bought for one of two that I bought from Tractor Supply. The complete book of butchering, smoking, curing, and sausage making. I want to make a large smoker, so the smoking and curing caught my eye. I went ahead and bought it without looking in it first. It's very skimp on the curing part, and that's what I mainly needed to know. But anyway, it still's got a lot of good information, you know, butchering cuts and stuff like that. And then the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Country Living. This covers just about everything. Very thick book. Matter of fact, I paid almost $30 for this book. But it's a very good book. It covers just about anything and everything. And then one more. This is one I've had probably for 10 or 15 years. It's called The Traditional American Farming Techniques. This is all the old equipment before they had gas-powered tractors, probably electricity. Anyway, shows a lot of old equipment, how it was used. It's a pretty good book. It goes into the animals. It shows a lot of heritage breeds. Like I say, it's a pretty good book. Anyway, Another place not to overlook is your co-ops. Here in Oklahoma, we have the OSU extensions, usually at the state fairgrounds or the county fairgrounds. You can get all kinds of free information from them that's already printed out up on the wall, divided up. You just grab what you want and go. I actually got their complete canning guide, and I think I paid like $3 for it. Can't beat the price. But anyway, build your library, even on subjects you already know that you could probably do in your sleep. Because like I said, one day you may not be around, and it may be your great-great-grandchild that wants to know how to do it or needs to know how to do it. Well, if you're not around to teach him, for example, like this trapping book, you're not around to teach them, they can learn it still. Anyway, this is Buzzard. See ya.